Hi, me again on Impavidus. I thought I'd run you through some of the jobs that we're going to be doing on this over this winter on Impavidus. Don't know when we're going to start, probably a week or so. Some big jobs, some small jobs. Now, we've been telling you for the last 6 or 7 months that we're going to be recoating the copper coat on the bottom. It's now 8 years old. It's done incredibly well on the hull, not so well on the keel because of the problems that we had when it was originally applied badly. All the details of that are in another video. I'm sure if you scroll back you'll find it. If not, I'll put a link in the description. But yeah, so we need to re-copper coat. Impavidus was copper coated from new, so the hull is protected, but it's starting in a couple of places to go a bit thin. So we've decided to do it again. We bought all the copper coat. We bought it in Greece, had it shipped there, and we bought it with us. So when we get lifted out, we'll do that, and we'll talk you all through the preparation and how it's got to be done according to copper coat's specific requirements. Otherwise it basically doesn't work. I'm sure you probably know that. While we're out, we've decided that we're going to replace the seal around the drive leg. So that's the drive leg seal, that's a genuine Volvo one. I think it's got a date on it somewhere. Yeah, 2002. It's already a year old, but we'll date that, put it in the ship's log. So that's got to be replaced. The outer gaiter has to be replaced. We've actually got 2 of these because we knew it needed doing before we decided to do the gaiter. So the engine has to come, be disconnected from the sail drive, moved forward or moved out into the saloon, and then the sail drive will come out through the inside of the boat, and we'll then replace that gaiter. So at the same time, the O-rings need changing on the bottom drive shaft, and so do the lip seals. So we've got those. The top of the drive has an O-ring and a large seal gasket on that, so that has to be changed as well. We'll do videos on those. And then we've got a couple of gasket leaks. One is the rocker box cover gasket, and the other is the rocker shaft gasket. So there's the rocker shaft is held in place by a casting underneath the rocker box lid, and that oil seal was broken. There is also an oil seal on the throttle body. That's just an O-ring. It's a very common fault on the D130. On the B, you have to take off the front camshaft, timing chain. Cindy's out. You have to take off the timing chain cover. We don't need to do that because we've got the 130F and that throttle body comes out fairly easily. Just change the O-ring. While the engine's out, we've got a new sump gasket to put on. Again, the Volvos suffer from the sump gaskets going, so I have a new one of those to replace. Impeller and impeller seals, we've got spares of all of those, but just if we're going to use one, we want to replace the stock. So that's most of the engine and sail drive things that we're going to do. Our Brunton prop needs a service. It may need the bearings adjusted. I don't know until I actually get at that and have a look. The seals may need changing. They're an off the shelf seal. I can get them here relatively easily. While the engine's out, we are going to change the air filter, and we're going to actually change the air filter for this one. So this is a K&N type air filter. It takes air in the inside and on the outside. Great big hole there, and it has some adapters which we can make this down to 45mm. We've got a piece of tube which will fit in there and then angle like that and onto where the airbox normally goes. So that'll be a change, and once we've done that and it's working fine, we will we'll show you where to get those bits, so you never have to buy the £47 Volvo kit again. We are going to put an additional blower. So this is a 12-volt blower, quite a big motor inside. This is the Seaflow one, and it's 270 cubic meters a minute. Oh, sorry, 270 cubic feet a minute. So quite a lot. That's going in, and that will come on when the engine starts, and that's because down here on as far south and east as we are, the engine bay tends to get hot, and although we've got a blower in there with the alternator working as well, it gets quite hot in the engine bay. So we've got two hoses in there, one in and one out, and I'm going to put this extra blower on there. So that'll be quite an interesting project. Ruby. So we've been looking at these to put on our Raspberry Pi for quite a long while. They communicate by Bluetooth, and what they do is they measure temperature, air humidity, air pressure and motion. Now we've got one for the moment because they're quite expensive. They're about 30 English pounds each. I didn't want to buy a load if they doesn't work or we're not happy with them. So what I'm intending to do is put this one either in the engine bay just to tell what the temperature is, or possibly put it in the water jacket for our clarifier, our hot water tank, because we're never sure how much hot water we've got, and if I just slip this down inside the tank, it will tell me how hot that is, then we'll know if we've got to run the engine to heat the water up, or indeed whether we can use the electricity from our solar panels and lithium to heat the water, because that's what we did last summer. And this will show up on our display, our digital display, and also on our app, on our Victron app, and of course our Patreons will get this information from this on our Patreon page, which they can get at, which is the Victron VRM page. Our Patreons have access to that as well. So that'll be a job. We're going to fit that in, program it on the touch screen for the Raspberry Pi. I've got two of these. These are thermostatic switches. So on our lithium we have two little tiny thermostatic switches that come on at 40 degrees. What I didn't realise is that they don't go off until they reach 20 degrees, that's Celsius. So they come on, the cooling fans for the B2Bs come on at 40 degrees, start cooling the battery to battery chargers, but then they'll stay on until the battery to battery chargers reach 20 degrees. Well, in the summer the ambient temperature in the med is 30 plus degrees anyway, so they tend to run all the time. These I can actually program, and I can make them go on or go off at any given temperature by programming them, and they have a thermocouple there which will go into the B2B heatsink and give me a readout, and of course, being programmable, we can set them exactly where we want them to go on and off. So I've got one of those, that's for the B2Bs. I have another one, and the reason I bought another one was because if you remember Linda and Dean on TZ, Dean put an electronic thermostat, which is basically what this is, an electronic heat switch, on his fridge, and he said it was great because as the battery voltage goes up and down, these aren't affected by the battery voltage, they're only affected by the temperature through the thermocouple. So what I'm thinking of doing is putting one of these on our fridge to help control the fridge better, keep it at the right temperature. They're quite handy anyway. You can set them to go on and off at any temperature, and they were, I think, about £4 English. What's that? It's about $5, €5. So I bought two. Our sunshades up here, blinds, have an elastic piece that hooks around a little toggle like that. And at 8 years old now, the elastic has gone on them, so we've bought some elastic. We're going to try and repair those, replace this, but it's really difficult because they're machined in. They're like under a press stud, so that's going to be interesting. But Cindy thinks that she knows how to do it, and she's got all the bits and pieces, the right tools, so we're going to do those. And finally, this is a new propeller for our 9.9 Thai hot suit. As you know, we bought one just before I went into hospital, and I assumed it had the right size prop on it. When it turned up, it had a standard prop on it. We then ordered according to the schedule for the manual for the motor, and it said, oh yeah, it has an 8.7 by, I can't remember what it was, 8.7 by 7.5 or something, comes with as standard. What we didn't know was that as wasn't standard, it was one down from standard, and what we actually wanted was two down from standard, and that's because our Highfield has got a false floor in it. It's got the aluminium false floor, of course it's a rib, and it's got the storage at the front, and we put the fuel in there. It's not the fuel isn't in the engine as it was with the 6 horsepower, and me being a big lardy, the thing won't get up and go even with a 10 on there. So I've gone down 2 sizes, ordered these prop. I got these from UK eBay. I can't remember the name of the company, but they were really good, brilliant. Good price, about 60 English pounds I think they were. So what's that, about €70, something like that, I guess, $70. So that's a quick change, and I'll then have 3 propellers for that outboard on the boat, 2 of which are the same size. So that's the jobs that we've got to do on this boat. Oh yeah, let me show you this piece here, hang on. So that's the adapter that I've bought that fits that air filter. So the inside diameter of this needs to be 45, and this is 43. So I think by heating it up with a heat gun, I can push it over. I'll cut a small slot in there, put a Jubilee clip on it, which is how it fits on at the moment. And then this is 64mm, which fits into that air cleaner just right. And then I'll put a Jubilee clip round that, or I can put a short piece of pipe and put a Jubilee clip round that. But yes, so that'll come off the back of the engine like that, and then the air cleaner will be down there. So I think that'll work, but we'll do a video on that for you guys. So that's the jobs that we've got planned. I'm probably going to reprogram the Raspberry Pi as well. There's some software updates from GUI mods that I quite like the look of. I was reading the other day. And we've got some work to do on David's boat, Eternity, and some work to do on Peter's boat, White Cat, and on Joe's boat, Blue Eyes. We've done a bit of work on Joe's boat already, but there's a little bit more to do. I may or may not film that. I know David and Peter don't mind, and Joe said, yeah, fine, you know, film that, it makes good footage. So when we start that, we'll start to film those bits. And then also coming up in the future, I'm starting to put together the video that everybody seems to be requesting in our last video, and that's charging, about how to charge batteries, lithium specifically, but yeah, a video just on charging and how the different ways of doing it, and of course the different types of charging that you can have, from solar, alternator, generators, you know, all of those things, and we'll take a look and see what's out there, and have a look at some of the proprietary batteries, especially the lithium, and see what they need. I mean, ours need 14.6 volts, which is quite high to charge our lithium, and that's because our BMS, the battery management system inside the battery, needs 14.6 volts for all of those cells to equalize. Once the battery volts get above 14.4, the equalize sets in, and what it does is it balances all of the cells inside the battery. Not that there's many cells in there, but yeah, that's what it does on our Life PO4 batteries. So that's what's coming up, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because if you don't subscribe, you won't see those videos. And we know recently that we've lost a few subscribers. If you haven't watched us for a while, it appears what's happening is that YouTube are deleting your subscription. So just go down, check that you're subscribed, hit the notification bell for all, and then you'll get a notification when one of our videos comes up. Right, that's about it for now. Quick update over, and we'll see you soon. Sail safe. Do you want to say goodbye, Cindy?
Goodbye.
She said goodbye, Cindy.
I'm cleaning windows.
Oh, she's cleaning windows. We had a big storm, and it absolutely caked the whole boat from wind instrument down to the waterline in salt crystals, and all of our windows are absolutely caked in salt. So she's been out cleaning those both inside and out, and they do look very shiny, I have to say. Puts me to shame. Right, thanks for watching. See you soon. Don't forget, like, subscribe. Bye.